I'm meteorologist from Market City. Happy Halloween. The weather's going to be certainly scary this evening. And also, it's already scary out west, or the Midwest, I should say. In the west, obviously, we got the wildfires going with the sand and the winds out there. I want to start the radar first this morning because we do have some serious weather coming in. And this is all snow, okay, up in here this morning. All right, it's snowing in Chicago. And some of my spies have told me that a lot of the places the snow really isn't sticking because it's warm outside. And in some cases, it is sticking. So, it's a few inches of snow. In some cases, it's going to come down heavy, especially across the northern Michigan area. It should pick up in intensity as the storm really wraps itself up there. So that's going to be the one problem here will be the snow. Then we got the makings of the severe weather event that's going to be coming out of all this thunderstorm activity down here this morning. It's going to ride up to the northeast and really start to hit hard up here across the northeastern part of the country, especially central PA on east northeastward and down into Virginia. That's the area we have to watch, and there's some scary stuff here, even in my neck of the woods here. I'm getting a little nervous myself as a meteorologist for this evening with the weather coming in here. Okay. Let me go to the surface map. Let me just go over here real quickly. This is the satellite picture. Here's the storm back here wrapping itself up. It'll wrap it up even more. The upper level features are coming in like this, and everything's just going to come together this evening up in here. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just going to get nasty with these thunderstorms coming through and the high winds that could be associated with it. Okay, the good news is that they did put an enhanced area. I think this is going to be upgraded to. I think they're going to put a moderate risk of severe weather out today. I think at the about 2 hours from now, they'll upgrade. What they're going to do is they're going to shift this up further north. Okay, and out. Enhance will get shifted up further north, and then they'll put a moderate risk here from central Pennsylvania down into Virginia and maybe over toward Baltimore, Washington. They'll put a moderate risk out for severe weather. That's what I think they're going to do, okay, based on what I'm seeing this morning on some of the mesoscale models, okay? And certainly the rainfall is just going to be very heavy up across the northeastern part of the country. There could be some flash flooding problems happening as well, okay? So that takes care of that. Back here to the surface maps we go. Again, lows coming up here. The snows could be flying out through this area. Enhanced area of severe weather coming into the Mid-Atlantic Desert. Dam bursting, high wind event happens with tornado activity. And I want to show you some things here. This is then tomorrow the storm is going to head up in here. A lot of high winds coming in behind the storm as well through Michigan, Ohio, Indiana. Gusts 40 miles an hour to 50 miles an hour coming in. So we're going to deal with some power outages and some tree damage even through tomorrow as these winds come. And finally they'll abate and head out, and then the next storm will come through, and we'll have to deal with that one as well. This is the rapid refresh, which is starting to get into the game now with its severe weather. You can see a lot of these thunderstorm areas coming across, and if you notice carefully on some of this stuff, and you get these individual cells that are out riding out ahead of it, and then you get this line coming in, and there's like the configuration, like little S's in the line that the model's trying to pick up on. That's going to be where you're going to have little mesovortices running up along the line there, enhanced wind and even potential for tornadoes. One of the things I just noticed on one of the runs that came out, it has a couple of the model has a couple of supercells running up through central PA and parts of western Virginia. And it has some enhanced wind in it, so I'm really worried that that's trying to say that there's a tornado threat through this area here this evening, out ahead of the line as some thunderstorms run up there. I'm going to show you that in a second. I guess I'm going to run over there now. Let's see, I did not put that in, but it was showing that and showing the enhanced wind coming up here. Look at the sounding. This is the sounding. This is actually out of my backyard. This is a sounding from my backyard. Look at that tornado. Look at all the turning of this thing here. Look at it. This is just incredible. Comes up, goes like this, goes like this, goes like this, goes like this. It's just This sounding is scary to me in terms of damaging winds and potential for tornadoes. This honestly is my backyard. This is my location, and that's the sounding I got to deal with this evening. Out ahead of the line there. It's just totally crazy and scary in a lot of ways when you see things like that. Very strong winds coming from the south and southeast, and then very strong winds aloft. You're getting a lot of shear, so these thunderstorms are going to rotate here. So you just got to be really nervous about that. In fact, this is the look at this. It's even got enhanced areas, little spots of it's been showing this here on the HRR model. It's been showing these little spots of high winds and little swaths of rotation going up through this area here, all the way down into through the Virginia area and North Carolina. So again, a little concerned here for tornado activity, as well as the damaging winds that'll be coming across. It's just heartbreaking to see. It's these darn computer models, these companies that are putting out these stupid computer models, forecasts. I like to look at Baltimore, Washington, breezy tonight. You're gonna have wind gusts over 40 miles an hour coming through. That's not breezy. It's just, do some weather forecasting for once, folks. Stop letting the computer models do everything. Take the models as tools, and then you can use them to show, but talk about what's going to happen. It's just ridiculous looking at some of these computer model generated forecasts out there. It's my rant for the morning. All right. But in any case, these high winds are going to come through. New England's going to get hit hard with high winds. New York State, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine. I know I'm kind of focusing more down here, but even New York City, Philadelphia, Baltimore, Washington, all the way down to Richmond, going to get some high winds here. These are the ridges. These are high winds off the ridges down here, and like Snowshoe, going to get hammered with high winds tonight. And there's even high winds back here through Michigan and Ohio coming in around the storm, and these will be going. These are knots, so this will be 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts coming in around that cause power outages. So it's just going to be a stormy night tonight. And why is it going to happen? Well, there's our storm wrapping up this evening, okay? And then it heads up into eastern Canada. The winds are going to continue through Friday morning, getting colder behind it. Certainly the cold is going to come in behind it. And if you look at the upper levels of the atmosphere, look at this jet here. This is a 140-knot jet, in some cases almost 200 knots coming up through. And this is the left front quadrant of the jet right over top of Pennsylvania, Maryland, Virginia. That's where you will find your tornadoes and damaging winds. And even at upper level, 500 millibars, look at the negative tilt trough coming through. Look at it. It's just crazy for November 1st. And then here's the 850 millibar winds. You can see very strong winds aloft coming up through New England. So you're going to get prefrontal high winds. And then look at the 850 jet that's coming in behind, anywhere over 50 knots coming in behind is pushing that front through. And so you're going to get wind gusts, excess of 40, 50 miles an hour coming to the surface with that kind of configuration. And right along the front with the thunderstorms, you'll get enhanced wind gusts that could be up to 70 miles an hour. Okay. So that is what's coming. And then it will all go away by Sunday. Lake effect snows will be going on up here. And then next week we'll be going into snow time as the next snow comes through, and we'll have to figure out where that snow is going to be. There's all kinds of showing going to be down that far south. There's some showing here, but we'll get into that after we get done with this storm here. We'll be in severe weather mode the rest of the day today as we watch the snow end and the high winds come in. So I know, long-winded this morning, but a lot to talk about. A lot of bad weather coming in. And, trick-or-treaters, as I told people yesterday, parents, use your, best judgment, okay? I'm certainly not sending my son out in this tonight because it's coming through a trick-or-treat time, so I'm keeping him in. I don't want him outside because if a tree branch falls down, or something like that, they can get hurt because we have a lot of trees up here, obviously, and power lines can be blown down too. So I am going to be cautious and use the responsible parental thing this evening. All right, that's all for today. Meteorologist Hermog City.